the sick. In fact, not really the sick, people who are recovering also from some kind of sickness like stroke, arthritis, diabetes, and all that. Roselia, call them. They will help you. Also, you have to understand this show is sponsored by Ben Braco's production house. It's a production house that is putting Ben Braco on the world market. Ben Braco, everybody knows Ben Braco. He has a new song coming up on the 5th of September. Adoma. It's coming on it's going to be launched on the 5th of September. In fact, if you've not watched Adoma, go on YouTube and go watch Adoma. It's the latest from Ben Braco. The production house that's behind this is called onlinemediaproductions.org. www.onlinemediaproductions.org. They are involved in everything. They live in the United States of America. I've been to their studios in New York. I've been to their studios in London. These guys, they know what they are doing. They have the best production team. So if you want these guys to help you in your production, everything, videos, whatever, music video, whatever, production, organization of events, these guys, go check them out on www.onlineproductions.org. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to With All Due Respect Extended Version Scandal Day. Let's go straight to our scandal of the day. All right. Obia down. Obia share documents na say you adaka baku. Documents plenty. Let me tell you this. After the show, I'm going to publish this on loudsilenceradio.com. You can also go on WhatsApp News, and they're also going to publish this for you to see the details. We don't hide anything from anyone. These documents will be on WhatsApp News, actually, and it's going to be also on loudsilenceradio.com. They're all going to be watermarked so that you know that it's coming from the right source. Let's do this. Now, this show, as I said earlier on, that if you know the commissioner, GRA Customs, his name is Colonel Kojo Damwa, please call him and tell him Kevin Taylor is going to do a scandal. His name is in here. Deputy Commissioner, GRA Customs, his name is Bob Senyala. He is deputy to the commissioner himself. If you know this guy, to call him and tell him that Kevin Taylor is also talking about him and that he should be here. This show, if you know Freddie Blay, the MPP chairman, tell him that Kevin Taylor is doing a scandal on oil. He should show up here. Ken Oforiatta should show up. Yaosaf Mafo should show up. Petroleum Authority Board, he should also show up here. BNI boards should also show up here. National Security Boards should be here. Commissioner of Customs, as I already said, his assistant and himself, they all should be here, because this is where we speak truth to power. All right. Right now, Ghanaians, let's do this. For some time now, we've been having problems over problems when it comes to our oil and how we are managing our oil and how we are making money. I've done a couple of scandals on how Gabi Asarchidakon entered into our oil fields in behind Acre Energy to, in fact, buy blocks and sell it out and all that. So you have to understand that when it comes to oil and Ghana issues, it's a big deal. Now, something is happening, and it's been happening for almost a year and a half now. I was contacted by my colleagues in Nigeria. We work all over the place, you know. We have people all over the place. So I have one colleague journalist in Nigeria who called me one day and said, Kevin, there's something happening. You need to follow up. And I was like, what is happening? And he said, I think your government is smuggling oil into Ghana illegally, and that you have to look into this. And I was like, this is big. And he's like, yeah, the last consignment that was in Ghana was about $10 million. And I don't think that oil is in the books of Ghana. The country did not make a dime from that. But before that, he had sent me some documents of about 16 ships. Ghana, offloading oil on the blind side of Ghanaians. And normally what the government of Ghana does is, you don't see the story now disappear. You know, but he told me, he gave me some guidelines to follow and that I can trace. So he was doing his part all the way in Nigeria thereabouts. And then I was also picking up from it. So I called my boys. I called my intel, because this is a very difficult one. We need to, with all due respect, get into people's phones. There were some names that popped up, so we had to find our way to listen to calls, to listen to conversations that that concerned the kind of oils and vessels coming to Ghana. So we set our team up, And then we started working. We've been working on this story for over 3 to 4 months now. And I think finally it is here. In fact, remember that this story is in 2 segments. We have the first segment I'm doing today, part 1. The part 2 will come with audios whereby you will hear people who are in power, the top, negotiating on behalf of Jubilee House that some things should be allowed to. So today we are just going to touch on the part 1 because I want some people up there to come out and speak. Me, I like to give people second chances. I like to give people the room to also say their part so that when I come out, I told you remember PDS, I gave Gabi Asorochidakon, Bamti, and Stephen Ayensu, I gave them a lot of time for them to come out and clear themselves, meaning it got to a point they couldn't clear themselves, and I made Ghanaians know the audio. When they ask me where I got that audio, that is my job. That is what I do. That is how I enter places and get it for you Ghanaians. My job is risky, but I risk my life to get you audios, videos, for you to know what is really happening. This time we have broken the jinx again. We have been able to enter into some places to get some documents, to get some audios. And even the people we got this audio from, they have no idea. We are working from the United States of America. They are catching for. But you don't need to be in Ghana or to be in Senegal to get information. You can be everywhere in the world. All that you need is a trusted team. All that you need is a trusted team. If you have a trusted team, no matter the information, the last time I catch Kufuor said there's something on his desk, he should not sign it. And I keep telling these politicians and Jubilee House, say, if the president trusts people in the Jubilee House, there are some people who trust me more than the president because they are patriots. And I want to tell all these people I've mentioned their names, say, if you people trust people around you, those people around you trust me more than they trust you. We are talking about issue of trust here. We are not just kidding here. We are doing serious stuff. The issue we are going to talk about today, we are talking over 50,000 liters of fuel. 50,000 liters gone. We are talking about over $10 million, people taking over $10 million every month because some vessels are going through Ghana and being shielded. Today we are going to show you memos. I'm going to show you details. I'm going to show you reports sent to officers, replied, and all that for you to follow the story. So if you're watching me now, just concentrate. Concentrate because I'm going to take my time for you to see the coordination. I'm going to talk about 2 vessels today. We have about 8 more to go. But today, I'm going to talk about 2 vessels for you as a Ghanaian to sit back and analyze the issue and say, why did this happen and why did this happen? Then the answer should come from the middle. So if you're watching me today, just relax, just take your time, follow the conversation. As always, I'm going to take my time and break things down for every single Ghanaian to understand this scandal. All right, so there are some 2 vessels I'm going to talk about today. The first one is called MT Randall Laden. MT Randall Laden. MT Randall, R-A-N-D-L, Laden, L-A-D-E-N. Yes, MT Randall is one of the vessels. And the second vessel I'll talk about today is, let me get it right before somebody comes and say, Kevin, Jack, documents in the door. All right, I'm talking about two vessels. The second one is Dende, D-E-N-D-E, Dende, 2 vessels. We are talking about 2 vessels today. Let's start with the MT Randall. Now, on the 6th of May this year, 2020, on the 6th of May 2020, let me get rid of this poster. Yeah, can you braba? If you have some food eating, koji fufu no be tenase. O movie ni abenkwan agye na fa magkwan gu nchen. Amoni abenkwan hia beans kakra, na fa beans kakra gu nchen na fa abenkwan ade ache so. Mo amoso ya abrofo na mo we grass no abrofo nwura mo amowi nwura no wo wi a wo de fork no e ma lettuce kakra no ma tomato kakra no ma kakra na wo so na be hye so no se pa munya botre kakra. All right, so let's move forward. On the 6th of May 2020, this year, a vessel was arrested. That's how I have to say it. Let me break it down so that everybody will understand. A vessel was intercepted or arrested. Let's say that. Now, when the vessel was intercepted, it was a joint mission that 2 security agencies took to arrest this vessel. Yes, the Navy and the Ghana Maritime, they came together to do this operation, and they made sure say they arrested this vessel on the Ghana territory. You know, Ghana, we have our own territory when it comes to on the sea. Ivory Coast, they have theirs, and Nigeria and all that. So in the Ghana territory, or our friends, the territorial waters, you know, this vessel was arrested or it was intercepted. And remember, the name of this vessel is MT Randall. Now, this is what happened. On the 7th of May, that is the second day, 2020, the sector commander in Takoradi, because the vessel was intercepted in Takoradi, not in Tema. It was intercepted in Takoradi. And the sector commander in Takoradi actually wrote a letter to the commissioner, GRA Customs Division. And remember, the commissioner, you know his name already. Yes, Colonel Kojo Damwa. So they arrested on the 6th. On the 7th, he actually sent a report to the commissioner. Now, when he sent the report to the commissioner, this is what he wrote in the report. Let's take our time because there are some details in the report. If we don't follow, you might get confused. And I'll take my time to break things down for everyone to understand. So on the 7th, he wrote something to his boss. And this is what he wrote to his boss in that document. As you can see here, it says, I forward here, in fact, the subject line is interim report on apprehension of tanker ship MT Randall laden with petroleum product at the Takoradi port anchorage. And this memorandum, Custom Division Takoradi collection. And this document is on record because the reference number of this document is TK/report/1. Go into their system and you find it. We are not making anything up. This is journalism 101. We're going to show you the source. We're going to show you where it is. And this is a memorandum. And this letter or this document was sent from the sector commander in Takoradi. Yes, the sector commander in Takoradi to the commissioner, GRA Customs Division. Now, and you saw the caption there. Now, this is what it says. The first page says, I forward herewith an interim investigation report on the above mentioned subject for your study as investigation continues. Investigations so far has established that the vessel in question, MT Randall, was intercepted at the Takoradi port by officials of Ghana Maritime Authority and Navy at the anchorage. That at that time of interception, the master of the vessel failed to report to the Commissioner General as required by law under Section 17 of the Customs Act 891. Additionally, the vessel was found to be laden with petroleum products. The vessel they found on sea in Ghana's territory around in Takoradi, around Takoradi, Navy for and the maritime for came together for that operation. They realized it had petroleum products in it. So that vessel had so much fuel in it. I'm going to tell you amount of fuel in that. Now, the master of the vessel failed to submit any manifest to customs at the time of the report. Meaning, when they arrested that vessel, the master, basically, let's say the captain, could not submit any official documents about the legality of that ship being in Ghana's waters and also the contraband or the items it's carrying. That is the fuel. From the facts gathered so far, there seemed to be an intent to smuggle the said petroleum product. And this is not coming from me. This is coming from the sector commander in Takoradi. He's writing to GRA, the commissioner of GRA. Now, when you go to the second page, it says this. Let's take our time because I have a reason why I am doing this. And these documents, ask them. That's what I'm saying. They have a PR department. They should come out after this scandal. They should come out because the part two there, audios, videos. I'm telling you what happened at the port. I'm going to break things down for Ghanaians to understand. The second page, it goes on to say, a meeting of stakeholders held yesterday, 6th May 2020. Namely, now put these names in your head very, very well because they are the people who make the decisions. It says a meeting of stakeholders held yesterday, 6th May 2020, namely GRA Customs, Navy, NPA, that's the National Petroleum Authority, GMA, Ghana Maritime Authority, Marine Police, concluded that the customs together with NPA takes custody of the said petroleum product by pumping the fuel into tanks and placing their respective seals on it at a secured location whilst investigation continues. So when they seized this vessel and nobody came out to say they couldn't, the master could not provide any document to show say vessel way free him and pay Ghana waters, no, they seized it, and for some reason they decided to take out all the fuel in the vessel, and then each of the departments I have stated, GMA, Navy, Marine Police, all of them, they put their locks on the fuel they will keep into fuel in a free tanker nima, a vessel nima, and a ship nima. Baby, container no begumuno. All these departments, they put their lock on it. Senebeya, but I couldn't be trouble lock no be fuel on. You get what I mean? That's why all the departments I just mentioned, the security agencies I just mentioned, they all put their locks on it into trouble. So before those containers will be open, it means a consensus, or all of them should be aware. Say this should happen before that oil now your offload good container, no, it happens. Now the second paragraph says the Ghana Maritime Authority representative intimated that the petroleum product posed a hazardous threat to the environment should the substance rickety vessel sink. So when they brought the vessel to the port, Takoradi port, no, Ghana Maritime for no boss no say they don't see the vessel well. I just say, oil name free ma. They need to offload the oil because ship doesn't look good. It might sink and it might cause a lot of havoc or environmental hazard. So oil ne gumno yeah offloading in. So it was part of the reason why I offloaded, and this is coming from the maritime boss. Now it goes on to say, at this juncture, although the owner of the cargo, one Ebenezer Eshon, we are looking for Ebenezer Eshon. He says he's the owner of the cargo. Remember, almost there was no document to show where the cargo was coming from or the vessel was coming from. There were no documents to show, say, why it's in Ghana's waters, where it is heading to. But suddenly, they say there's one person who says the vessel belongs to him, and his name is one Ebenezer Eshon, intimated that the vessel was bound for La Côte d'Ivoire. But there's something down there. There is no evidential proof of that. Because before somebody says this vessel was going to Côte d'Ivoire, you need to prove. I think say vessels before they move from their destination or their place of whatever exits or whatever, there should be some documentations. There should be some documentation because a vessel carrying oil, no, I'll see who may be a freeba. But they did not tell us about where it is coming from, but they told us where it was going. And this is coming from the maritime people, coming from GRA, coming from the Takoradi sector manager. The investigation showed, say, it is going to Côte d'Ivoire, but where the ship or the vessel with that oil coming from there, nobody knows, and it wasn't stated anywhere. Now, let's keep going. Follow. Consequently, the content of the vessel, that is the petroleum product, may be pumped out for assessment of duties and penalties to be levied. An additional report from the Customs Laboratory has indicated that the samples drawn for analysis have physico-chemical properties consistent with that of diesel. The base sediment water, that is the BSW level of the samples, were within the acceptable required of the standard for diesel. So it was purified fuel. That means it was clean fuel that could be used. Right? All right. So vessel no fuel and contaminated fuel from their own laboratory, no, it is clean fuel. It is clean fuel na vessel no was carrying. Okay, let's go on. The report indicated that it is of acceptable quality. Now it ends by saying, accordingly, the owner has violated subsection 2F of section 121 of Customs Act 891 and the master of the vessel section 17 of Customs Act 891. This was signed by Gloria M. Farmer, sector commander. This was signed by the sector commander in Takoradi, and this is what they wrote as the investigation was going on. This is what they wrote to the GRA boss, the commissioner himself. Now, let me show you something. There was something we all have to understand. The commissioner, right, received another memorandum. And this one, it was from the assistant commissioner to the commissioner himself. And remember, that letter was sent to the assistant commissioner to send to the commissioner because they don't normally write directly to the commissioner. They write to his assistant. So the assistant also sends it up to the commissioner. And this was what was in the letter. And the date on that letter is the 11th of May. Remember, this letter I just read to you was on the 7th of May. The 7th of May. So it means just 4 days, they wrote another letter to the commissioner. And this is what's in the letter. Please, and the caption is interim report on apprehension of tanker ship MT Randall laden with petroleum product at the Takoradi Port, Anchorage. So they made it specific and clear. Now, as you can see, to commissioner from assistant commissioner, then the date is there, 11th May 2020. Let's go to the body. Now, in the letter, this is what it says. Please refer to the memo dated May 6th. Remember, this is the May 6th letter the guy was talking about, the one I just read, because he was trying to refer to the commissioner what they did on May 6th. All right. May 6th, 2020, from Sector Commander Takoradi on the above subject. Now, listen to this very well. From all indications, that vessel was intercepted by the Ghana Maritime Authority, GMA, with assistance from the Ghana Navy's Western Naval Command. The reason for the interception was on the grounds of non-compliance of GMA laws within Ghana's territorial waters, according to the acting investigators' unassigned report attached to the memo. It goes on to say the matter might have to be handled tactfully. He goes on to say it might be suggested, without admitting, that the vessel has in one way or the other breached some custom laws, regulations or requirements which might not be willful on the part of the master of the vessel. Note may be taken of the fact that the vessel was intercepted in the territorial waters of Ghana. It might not have been the master intentions to bring the vessel within the requirements of vessel coming to Ghana. Let me take this again. Note may be taken of the fact that the vessel was intercepted in the territorial waters of Ghana. It might not have been the master's intention to bring the vessel within the requirements of a vessel coming to Ghana. The customs law referred to apply to vessels coming to Ghana. If the vessel were actually passing to Côte d'Ivoire, there was no need to report as indicated by reference to the customs law. So this letter was trying to say, after the investigations, they said that the vessel was not actually coming to Ghana and that we were not supposed to, in fact, detain the vessel. But from what I read to you, they never also said where the vessel was coming from. But they were sure where the vessel was going. And that all that the investigations were trying to say, and they say, let the vessel go because the vessel wasn't coming to Ghana in the first place. But the issue is, when the vessel was arrested, there were no documentation showing where the vessel is coming from and where it was heading towards, until that Asian guy came up to say that the vessel is for him. But I was surprised that nobody asked that Asian guy. Yes, that Asian guy, what's his full name? Nobody asked that Asian guy. His name is Ebenezer Ishan. Nobody asked him, if this is your vessel, where is it coming from? Nobody asked him that question. Now, this is what happened. That's what I'm saying. Take your time and follow this very, very closely, because later when I go to the next part, you will really understand. Ghana has arrested a vessel that contains over 50,000 liters of oil. Now, we don't know where the vessel was coming from and we don't know where the vessel was going, but the investigators are saying that we should leave the vessel to go to Côte d'Ivoire, because from some guy who came to tell them that the vessel was going to Côte d'Ivoire, it means that he is right. So we should let the vessel go to Côte d'Ivoire. Now, listen to this. The Navy also released a statement. And that statement, I am going to show you. This statement. And they said that release of tank ship MT Randall out of territorial waters of Ghana. So at the end of the day, after the investigation, the vessel was released by the Navy in Takoradi. That the Navy said the vessel should go because the commissioner, the GRA commissioner, the customs board said the vessel wasn't coming to Ghana. It was going to Côte d'Ivoire. So we should release it. Remember, the oil in the vessel, it has been offloaded. That oil that was sitting in that vessel, it has been offloaded. It has been taken out of the vessel. So are they releasing an empty vessel, or they are releasing a vessel with the oil or the fuel in it? These are simple questions you need to ask yourself. Are they releasing an empty vessel, or they are releasing a vessel that had the fuel in it. From all that we are seeing here, nobody stated in the memorandum that the oil that was pumped out of the vessel was pumped back into the vessel for the vessel to head to Cote d'Ivoire. And from our checks, from my checks in Cote d'Ivoire, no vessel by that name came to Cote d'Ivoire. That's what I'm saying. This is very complicated. Take our time, and then names will start coming up. The Ivorians said they didn't see anything like that come into their territory. MT Randall, never. Now remember that when this thing started, they said they offloaded all the oil. So when the vessel was being released, did they release the vessel with the oil, or they just released the vessel? Because anybody, any smuggler can just rent a vessel and put the oil in. But what we are looking at here right now, the most important thing we are looking at here right now is the oil. I don't care about the vessel. You can rent any car to go pick your goods. The car, we are on call, but the goods is what we are talking about. So as we speak now, the over $10 million of oil, over 50,000 liters of oil is still sitting in Ghana, but the vessel is gone. Now somebody shows up and say, Ishon, it is my vessel. Now the vessel goes, we keep the oil. Where are we keeping the oil? Where is the oil? All right, so the Navy also comes out and release the vessel. And you can see from here, they said release of tank ship MT Randall out of territorial waters of Ghana. This is all in mail. I'm going to show you something. And when you read the letter, it says, reference to the above subject matter, I wish to draw your attention to directive from the Commissioner of Customs. So you have to understand that the boss himself has given a directive. And who gave the directive for the Navy to release the vessel? It is the Commissioner of Customs. And that commissioner's name is Damwa. Now, it is coming together. Somebody gave an order for the vessel to be released. The vessel to be released without the fuel in it. They just released the vessel. And who gave that order? It is the Commissioner of Customs, Damwa, Colonel Kojo Damwa. He gave that order per this document. And I'm going to publish it. If they say I made it up, they should come out and discredit me and say Kevin Taylor made it up. I'm working with international journalists. I'm working with serious investigative journalists. They are on the ground. See, let me tell you people. 10 million, about 15 of these vessels have come through Ghana. The vessels go away, the oil does not go. And I'm telling you, and I'm going to release all these things. And each vessel has about $10 million worth of oil in it. Now, this is what the boss himself did. He sent, so when you read it, it says, reference to the above subject matter, I wish to draw your attention to a directive from the Commissioner of Customs. I have been instructed by the Commissioner of Customs inter alia to release the MT Randall because it was not meant for Ghana, but rather for La Côte d'Ivoire. So the commissioner in his office, after investigation, not knowing where the vessel was coming from, yes, where it moved from to get into Ghana's territory or territorial waters, the commissioner said because some Asian came to say that the vessel is his, he has offloaded the oil and then released the vessel to Côte d'Ivoire. So why do you think somebody on our waters having oil in the vessel will just take his vessel away without the oil? Ask yourself why. Why will any businessman say that they have seized or they have intercepted my vessel full of 50,000 liters of oil and that they have offloaded the oil, but they've released my ship or my vessel to go to Côte d'Ivoire? But as we speak now, nobody knows where the oil is. Let's move on. The letter goes on to say, the commissioner further directed that I inform you, and remember, this letter is coming from the deputy commissioner. He has told his deputy, and remember, I'm telling you, these people are the names are very important to me. His deputy is Bob Sanyala. The commissioner himself, the GRA commissioner himself, I'm talking about Kojo Damwa, his assistant, who is his personal secretary too, is called Bob Sanyala. He is the one writing this letter to Navy to make sure that the vessel is released empty. But the oil, the oil has disappeared from the conversation, the memos, and these are serious memos nobody has set eyes on. These are documents that we need to push them to bring out if Kevin Taylor is making things up. And then he goes on to say, the commissioner further directed that I inform you that which I hereby do, that the MT Randall be escorted out of Ghana's territorial waters by your outfit on its journey to La Côte d'Ivoire. So the boss himself was instructing the Navy, to escort the vessel out of Ghana to Côte d'Ivoire. But in the first place, we didn't even know where this vessel was coming from. From the investigation, we were not told who was bringing this vessel. We were not told who was on that vessel. We were told because the master did not show any direction where it's coming from, but we know where it's going. The final paragraph will say, for the avoidance of doubt, you may contact the Commissioner of Customs if you so wish. This is coming from Customs Board, Deputy. I thank you and look forward to strong collaboration between our outfits. Please do not hesitate to contact the undersigned for further clarification on this matter. So, to make things easy, all that happened was a vessel was intercepted by Ghanaians, the Navy, the Maritime Authority, the police in Takoradi. Now, when the vessel was intercepted, it had over 50,000 liters of fuel in it. That vessel, MT Randall. And then what happened was that vessel, they said, the maritime people said, the vessel did not look good. The vessel looked like it was going to sink. The vessel, when they brought the vessel to shore, it was going to sink, and that all the oil in it, we have to offload it. And that will, at least when the vessel sinks, because it wasn't in a good shape. Now they offload all the oil, over 50,000 liters, over $10 million. And then suddenly the investigation is done. And when the investigation is done, they said, okay, the vessel is now good and fit to travel. Now, the vessel is not going to sink. So the Ghana Navy should escort this vessel to Ivory Coast. Remember, when this vessel was arrested, in the first document, they never stated where the vessel was coming from, who owned the vessel, until it came to Ghana for one Eshen guy, Ben Eshen, to show face and say, the vessel belongs to me. Yes, Ebenezer Eshen, to show his face and say, the vessel belongs to me. Now that is one. The vessel is gone. The oil is still in Ghana. Where is the oil? We're talking about 50,000 liters of oil. This is in May. This is just in May. So let's keep that. Let me tell you something again. Now, let's move to something else. I said today, take your time. If you're eating, relax. If you are watching me, take your time. You will know where we are heading towards. Now, just in June, another vessel was intercepted with another 50,000 liters of fuel in it. Just this June, another vessel was intercepted with 50,000 liters in that vessel. Now, see what happened with that vessel issue too. After that, we will take our time and I'll break some things down for you Ghanaians to understand. That's when I'll pose questions to some people and give them 1 week to come out before I start playing the audios and the videos. But I want them to understand that I know everything. I have been there. I know everything that is happening. We are talking about $10 million every month. Every month, over a year and a half, every month a vessel comes here with oil. The vessel leaves, we intercept it, and then that's it. And the oil is offloaded. The oil is in Ghana. $10 million. There are people in the Jubilee house who are pulling this off. And I'll show Ghanaians that we are not here. We are not playing. We are dealing with facts. We are taking our time to break things down for Ghanaians to understand. So all that I just read to you, and then is it all in May. And it was sanctioned by the GRA boss, Kojo Damwa. He made sure that the oil is offloaded and also the vessel leaves for Cote d'Ivoire. From our checks and investigations, no vessel went to Cote d'Ivoire. Where is the oil? That is the question. Put a pin in there and let's move forward. All right, the next one is this. So in June, 29th June, something also came up. There is a ship or a vessel also called Dundee. It also came to Ghana. So this is what happened. And when you see the document, you can see internal memorandum. I say we intercept very sensitive documents. These are internal memorandum. And then, as you can see, the sector commander, AG investigator, reference number TK//MISC/003. I always show you documents with facts with reference number, so that you can go and check, ask them the questions. You see, the media people in Ghana, I'll be floating these documents. I'm going to make sure you people should call them and ask them if they know anything about this, because this time we are not going to cover up for anybody. The media, I'm going to release the documents. Just call their PRO of all these people and ask them what they know about this vessel, where the oil is, where it is sitting, how they need to account for it, because there's something you people don't know. And I'm going to give this document for free. Now, Customs Division, Takoradi Collection. And when you see the document, subject is report on arrest of one unit Seacraft Dundee laden with petroleum products. So Dundee 2 is another vessel which was intercepted or arrested in Ghana's territory. It is so funny that Of late, some ships from nowhere, they will come into Ghana's waters and they are arrested and the oil is gone. But I said this one will make you laugh. This dandy deal, it will make you laugh. I'm going to read it to you and you will laugh. Every month, a ship from somewhere comes. We don't know where it came from, but we know where it's going. After that, anytime it comes and it's going, it goes empty. The oil is always offloaded. Every day, the oil is always offloaded. Now, let's do this. When you read the reports, it says from the first one, and I have that on the screen. It says, reports reaching the sector commander from the Flag Office commanding FOC Western Naval Command indicates that a Dundee special purpose sea craft designed for fuel smuggling. Dundee is a special purpose sea craft designed for fuel smuggling. Was arrested at Inkontompo Anchorage at Takoradi on routine anchorage patrol by Naval Patrol Team on the 28th of June 2020 at about 4:30 in the morning for suspicion of carrying uncustomed petroleum products. We are always arresting vessels with petrol in it from nowhere. We don't know where they're coming from. Now this one will shock you. This is just June. When you go on to read, there's some Akan drama and some Kumewood action happened with this June one. I said I have 15 vessels that have come in. Each of them brings in $10 million of fuel for free. They come in, it doesn't go into books. And I'll prove to you people. Now, the second paragraph says, the Dundee was escorted to the Western Naval Base dock. It was reported that one person among the crew was arrested. However, during the escort, the naval boat capsized and the suspect absconded during the rescue operation. No casualties were recorded. So they arrested the ship, right? The Dundee, specially made for smuggling oil. The Navy and the whatever, they arrested the vessel. And when they were coming, the ship, the Navy ship, the naval boat, the boat that went to arrest them, coming with them and bringing the vessel with the 50,000 liters of oil. Ebutu Emma, one of the suspects, suspect now Bruce no casualties. Everybody is missing from that ship. You see a Jubilee to grow. You got a ship full of oil, 50,000 liters on it. On that oil, we are bringing it home. The Navy boat, Adane, Ebutu, from for no reason, Kumewood action, Ebutu, the only suspect we have, suspect, suspect, Mammy water, we drive for your punum, Emma, we can't find a suspect again. No casualties too were reported. Navy for ship will be almost a good swimmers. Michael Phelps from Kwa. They all came up. You see, this is what we talk about, and people don't understand, and they want to come after me. They want to come. You see, all those calling me to say $100,000, 70. I don't need your money. I say I'm going to do all the scandals. I don't need your $100,000. I don't need it. The 50,000, I don't need it. Because if it was about money, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this. No. So all those calling and say 100,000, people could sort you 50,000. I don't need your money. I want Ghanaians to know the truth. Irrespective who wins power, if it's Mahama, I don't care. I'm just doing my job. I did PDS for you. Do you know what I went through to get that trailer in Manila audio? Do you know what I went through? But people sit there and they say things, Kevin Taylor, and they insult. You don't know, people put their lives on the line. People put their jobs on the line just to save Ghana. And people sit there and they insult because they have the opportunity to talk nonsense. Now let's go on. I don't want to be emotional. I don't have time. I have crazy stuff to do. Majority of these bloggers in Ghana, outside Ghana, I can give them raw document. They can't even put it together to make people understand. It is not easy. You people, it is not easy. I can give them all the documents. They can't even read and understand and tell people this is what happened. All right, so the next paragraph you see on the instructions. So let me take that paragraph again. The Dundee was escorted to Western Naval Base dock. It was reported that one person among the crew was arrested. However, during the escort, the naval boat capsized and the suspect absconded during the rescue operation. No casualties were recorded. It goes on to say, on the instructions of the sector commander, a team of officers led by the CRO in charge of preventive, Mr. Bamensa, were dispatched for a situational assessment. The Dundee was confirmed to be laden with petroleum products suspected to be diesel, another diesel shipment, $10 million. Now it goes on to say, subsequently, the fuel and the conveyance were detained via detention receipt number. That's the detention receipt number. And if you want to go and check, go there and check. In fact, let me show you the second paragraph, because I don't want anybody to come and say detention number, which is 080166 and 080167, all of 28/06/2020. The fuel was then pumped into 2 fuel tankers. Right now, as we speak, Dundee, all the occupants on Dundee, ship na adani, never ship na kwachi na adani, into omu nyedwane, omu swim yedwane ja, never for no, omu nyedwane into omu ko. As again, when that ship came to shore, all the fuel in it was offloaded. Listen, the fuel was then pumped into 2 fuel tankers with registration numbers BA200Z and GT82710 to avoid contamination. Remember these numbers: BA200Z, that is Z, and GT82710. So these were the 2 tankers that took the 50,000 liters of diesel. When you go to the second paragraph, that's what I'm saying. The munyabutre. We are going to take our time. Some people vomit this money. Yeah. Now, he says the truck with exhibits is currently under the security of the Ghana Navy at the Western Naval Base. Total volume of fuel was found to be 50,000 liters. As you can see there, 50,000 liters. Now, when you go to the next paragraph, and listen to this again. The stakeholders meeting was held again. Remember on the May 6th, when they held that stakeholders meeting. Remember, another stakeholders meeting has been held, and it was the same players. A stakeholders meeting was held by the FOC at his office on the 29th of June 2020. In attendance were personnel from the Ghana Navy, who were in the first stakeholders meeting, Maritime Authority, they were there, Ghana Petroleum Authority, they were there, Marine Police, they were there, GRA Customs Division, and other security operatives. Remember, these are the same players. So it is a cartel. They are always there. They know the ships are going to come. They know they are going to offload the oil, and they know they are going to release the ships. Simple. So these people, everybody takes their cut. If they are men, they should come out and say, I'm lying. I say, I'm going to expose people. So when you go to Maritime, when you go to Navy, when you go to the police, when you go to all those people who are always the people accepting or intervening or intercepting these vessels, they are the same people in meetings every day. Ask these same people, what happened to the first vessel, the May vessel? It went empty. Today, they've gotten another vessel, which is actually designed to transport illegal fuel. It is Dundee. It is made to transport illegal fuel. Now, when you go to the next paragraph, it says the owner of Dundee and the source of the fuel are not known at the time of filing this report. So as we speak, Dundee, we don't know the owners of that vessel. Where is Dundee? Where is the vessel? Is it still parked there, or it's also been sent away empty? Remember, the first one was sent away empty. We didn't know the owner. Some faceless guys showed face and said, Ebenezer Sean, it is mine. He wasn't interrogated. He wasn't questioned. He wasn't asked where the vessel was coming from, why it was in the Ghana's territorial waters. But the vessel was the items in the vessel was offloaded, and then the vessel allowed to leave. Today we have another vessel here, no owner, nothing. The fuel has been offloaded. Now where is the vessel? The vessel is still going to leave with some owner. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Something is happening that you people need to know. Now, I want to explain something to you people so that you know that what I'm doing here is not because I hate anybody. It is because I want Ghanaians to understand the rot happening between the Jubilee House and the Takoradi and Tema Port. Let me tell you. You see these people. Colonel Kojo Damwa, he is the boss of GRA. They need to be answering questions. I have some few questions for this guy to answer. I have some few questions for these people to answer, and I'll ask them. But I want you people to understand that some people have made it their plan to bring in stolen oil from Nigeria, from terrorists, all the way to Ghana, offloading the oils and making billions every month. The oil is not coming from Cote d'Ivoire. They're lying. The oil is coming from Nigeria. There are some terrorists in Nigeria having this deal with Ghanaians, and these people are in the Jubilee house. If Colonel Damwa is listening, listen very, very, very well. And his assistant, Bob Sanyala, you people should listen to me very well, because I'm going to come after you people with the evidence I have. This is just part one. There are some people in the Jubilee house who have made it a business to... Okay, so the oil, my contact in Nigeria just said it is 50,000 metric tons. 50,000 metric tons. Not liters. 50,000 metric tons. I just got a message from my colleague in Nigeria, the other journalist I'm working with. He says it is 50,000 metric tons. That is the facts there, and he has the records there. So I need to correct that. 50,000 metric tons. But then let me break some things down for you people to understand. Every month, we get some vessels coming into Ghana with this kind of oil. 50,000 metric tons, worth about $10 million. And it is directed, or this deal is pulled from the Jubilee house. And I'm saying this on authority. And if the GRA boss, the commissioner, says I am lying, I am giving him 1 week to release a statement and say he knows nothing about this, and that the fuel that was seized, the fuel is here. The vessel that was seized, these are the owners, and they entered Ivory Coast. They knew where the vessel was coming from. Dundee and MT Randall. I want the commissioner. Me, I'm not dealing with the small boys. So I want the commissioner, because the commissioner, I have you on video and I have you on audio, trying to tell people, forcing people, intimidating people that the president in the Jubilee house is pressurizing you to make sure these oils are offloaded. We have tapped lines. We have spent money from the US. We have entered you people. I am giving Colonel Damwa a week to release a statement that he does not know anything about this. The oil is there. The vessel that came in, they left with the oil, and that the oil they offloaded, they put it back in the vessel to go to Ivory Coast. You see this boy I was talking about, and I'm going to show his face again. This boy. This boy has been a middleman, intimidating people. He is the one pulling the strings at the port. Now he has fallen out with Ken Oforiatta. He's Oforiatta's personal assistant. This was through this guy that I got to know everything. And today I'm going to say it on my show. He didn't know my investigators were on him. He didn't know my boys were working with them at the port. He's a loose mouth. He says things anyhow. The documents I have a reason for showing his name, showing his face, because I want to prove something to Ghanaians. If he says he knows nothing, I'm here. I'm going to prove something. I am going to prove this boy's audio, saying that Ken Oforiatta sent him to come and intercept something. And I'm going to I'm going to play the commissioner, the GRA boss. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving him 1 week. He should either resign or take this. I'm telling him, he has two options. He either has to resign or take this blow, because I'm not going to make this slide. And if he wants to dare me, and the 1 week we don't hear anything from their office, I'll prove to him that I will finish his career, because he is overseeing a criminal cartel. So this boy, he is the middleman, or he's the front man for Ken Oforiatta. This oil comes in. It is directly linked to the Jubilee house. The president knows about it. In fact, let me tell you something. You see, Lord Comey. People are falling out with Lord Kome on this deal because Lord Kome says he was going to take $170,000 per ship. Lord Kome, you see me, I don't just say things. Oh, Lord Kome says he's going to take $170,000 on this every single ship because he is the operational manager at the Jubilee House. They are the ones who call and force these people to make sure the oil is offloaded because they know where the vessel is coming from. Lord Kome, he is not having issues with the people he's doing because he says he's going to take $170,000. Freddie Blair is taking part of this money. Kenneth Furata is taking. Ya Osaf Mafu knows this. The BNI boss is involved in this. You see, that's what I mean. I don't hide names. The BNI boss knows about this. Kandapa is fully aware of these vessels coming in. We've had over 17 vessels coming in. Each of them carries over $10 million worth of oil, over 50,000 metric tons of oil. I've showed you evidence of 2 vessels that oils were offloaded. Nobody was on the ship. We don't know corporate. We don't know owners. At the end of the vessels, either they've left empty. Your question is simple. The vessels, did they leave with the oil or they left empty? Because from what we know, all the oil was offloaded, put in trucks, and all the security agencies put their locks on it. We want to see these 2 vessels. Kandapa is part of it. He knows it. And the commissioner and his assistant. The commissioner, you know him, Kojo Damwa, and then his assistant, Bob Sanyala. I'm going to do something. I'm going to prove to the GRA boss. So talk to Lord Kome. You see, I have banking transactions. You see, people go to jail. The reason why I'm not releasing the audio, I'm daring Colonel Damwa and his assistant that they should come out with a statement and say Kevin is making some allegations that's from nowhere. It is not true. It's a lie. I said I'm going to play the tape. You see the way I did the PDS? I gave them room. I'm going to play the tape of you and the things you said to Ghanaians. You have 2 options for you: resign or take this blow. Because when you resign, you can walk nicely. If you take the blow, you go to jail with it. I'm giving you 2 options. And I'm not kidding here. You people live in Ghana. We are in America. We are in Nigeria. We know everything people are texting. We know everything people are calling. We know everyone you're calling. We do our job because we spend money on this. This is our job. So this thing is directed to, if you know the GRA boss, tell him, Kevin Taylor, I am sending this to you. Now, you people says the first one was directed to Ivory Coast. Colonel, I want to ask you a question. If the first ship, the Dandy, was directed to Ivory Coast, why then were you worried that the consignment, the thing in the ship, is supposed to be offloaded? You know the ship is going to Ivory Coast. Why then did you force the things to be moved out of the ship? The 50,000 metric tons of oil. Why did you force them to move it? Because the Jubilee House was telling you to do that. Colonel Damwa, I'm directing this to you. Me, the small meat, I don't like it. If the commissioner, if you believe or say I'm lying, you should come out and deny this allegation. I want you to come out, and I'm giving you 1 week. Just 1 week. Save your face, because me, I don't mess around. I'm giving you 1 week. If you don't come out 1 week, if the customs office, the commissioner's office does not come out 1 week with a statement about these 2 ships, where the oil are, the ships, when they were leaving, did they go with the oil or the oil is still in Ghana? I'm giving you just a week. Today is what? Tuesday. Give it to next week, Tuesday. I'm giving you to next week, Tuesday. I'll expose you. I'll expose the president on videos, and I'll expose you on audios, how you are trying and what you are doing. And I'm telling you, there's over 15 ships. Every month, a ship drops over 50,000 liters of oil, and the Jubilee House is directly involved. That's what I'm saying, Lord Kome. You are taking $170,000 per ship. You know it. We are not kidding here. I told him, say, if you people have something to do, someone to blame Kennedy Japan. He started this. Oh, I wanted to be very nice to this government. If it Kennedy Japan, he started this. But I'll prove to him. So also because you see, it is gotten to that point, somebody has to start making these people understand we know so many things because of some reasons we don't speak. So in Kitinkitinam was sitting in a relax. So the boy I showed his picture. That boy, in fact, I don't know why he showed my lead, but this guy is an idiot. He showed the lead. But to make the case simple, all this oil is being brought in by the Jubilee House, and the president knows about it. I want the commissioner himself, Colonel Kojo Damwa, to come out, Colonel or whatever, come out your office, you and your deputy Bob Sanyala, come out and deny this, because I'm giving you 1 week. 1 week. The ships that were saved were seized or intercepted. MT and then Dandy. Where are the ships? They left. Fine. Where is the oil? Are they in here? Have they been kept here? How did you know the ship was going to Ivory Coast? Because you did not tell us where the ship was coming from. The second one, you said the naval ship capsized. So the people on the ship who were supposed to be arrested, they all swam. They just swim like fishes. They went away. Fine. That Dandy. The oil in it, the 50,000 metric tons. Where is the oil? And where is the ship? I'm giving you 1 week. I'm not going to talk so much. I am giving you 1 week. After 1 week, if you don't show face, I need a statement from your office. I don't care. Act like you've not seen it. I will show the world that you have seen it and you know about all these things. You're still listening to Loud Silence Radio and TV Network. My name is Kevin Kobedu Taylor. After this short break, I'm going to go straight to the phone calls.
Why are you running? What's not debate? Why are you running? What's not debate? Why? What's not debate? Why? Why are you running? So what's the way you do, man? Faber what young court debate. Samahama Diana. What man? Why is so faith? Man, Penina wouldn't draw. What kind of life there? Na me tell so. Some trouble, man, me don't point it. Young men when I will see so. Gonna afford will be a soon. I'm a woman into your hoot. Prosperity will get you, Muhammad and Kai South Radio, you so. Besides scandal, the hoodie, cash for seat, America, Ghana card, PDS, excavator, no would you be? One man Ghana, Cassia, Batonia, what do I your mind know anyone? Don Muhammad Winnie was song, Becky and one man Nancy, Hong Kong, Question Antechi, bribery, GPS, why we? Was 15 million contaminated weather, but when you are here, wouldn't trust I know bring me. I will throw Yanni, we'll bring Tenimami, debate in India, Multimillionaire, Bogun Numa, we see you, clearing agent, you do good, Cathedral, yes for heaven, found online, the green book, your achievement.
So listening to Loud Silence Radio and TV Network. My name is Kevin Kobedu Taylor. This is Scandal Day. I got my first caller on the line. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Kevin. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, Kevin.
Yes. Go ahead, sir. I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm Patrick. I'm Richard Palaba. Nyankopon show. Why are the Nyankopon show no adwumpa a o mo mengana. We na o se Ghana journalist o mere o mutumi ye. Enti de make cast me bo abeso why are they Nyankopon onko so mo anwon de no mo nyansa do.
Amisha also, thank you very much, sir. All right. Okay. The line is jammed, right? Yeah, let's do this. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Kevin.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
This is Eric Gemedy.
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Kevin, today you shocked me. Shocked me. So much respect for you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Kevin, baby, what do you say? No, who here security power? Also, you're very